Now, what would you consider the best form of cardiovascular exercise?
Ooh, tough question.
When we talk about the best form of cardiovascular exercise, that does have a little bit of context to it. I would say if you only did cardio, really if you only did cardio and had zero intentions to do any sort of competitive stuff with cardio, I would rank rucking as #1, which really just means walking with a backpack on that has stuff, like legit power walking. That means like you put on a backpack, you can get the fancy rucksacks or whatever. I have one of those as a gift, I like it. I also like a backpack. It has between 7 to 15% of your body weight in it. We can discuss rucking some other time more in depth, or look up Michael Easter, follow him. He knows way more about that stuff on a practical sense than me, and I got the idea from him. I rank rucking up there as the #1, like probably all around health benefit cardiovascular activity out there. If you lift weights and want to build muscle mass, I would say the lower the impact, the cardiovascular activity, the better. And for a lot of people, that would mean if you could swim in the pool, swim in the pool. If you can use a bicycle, use a bicycle. You can also just do regular walking. Again, if I had to do really for real, nothing beats walking. Just like walking, that you can also raise questions like, does that count as cardiovascular activity? In which case you can also say no. It might fall into the non-exercise activity category, so I differentiate a little bit. But really, okay, fine, walk with weight then. That makes it legit. So I would say if you lift weights and want to get stronger, build muscle mass and include cardiovascular activity, then the lower impact the cardiovascular activity, in my opinion, the better. It saves recovery points, and it saves recovery points essentially for lifting weights.
So to summarize it, for the average person, going for a walk every day is really going to do them some good.
Yeah, and as Nietzsche says, I think something to the effect of all good ideas were conceived while walking. I just love walking so much. Fight me.
I'm not kidding around.
What do you think is the best diet to follow?
Best diet to follow, all the jargon aside, it fits 3 categories. 1, that you get all of your vitamins and minerals and other micronutrients. 2, that you get your nitrogen and metabolizable carbon, fancy words for protein and calories. And 3, that you can stick to it. And really anything else, I think for a vast majority of people, overcomplicates it. You can throw in some stuff like, okay, eat probably if I had a 3rd or if I had a 4th bonus, let's just say that we have 4. We have get all your vitamins, minerals, micronutrients, etc. Then protein, calories. 3, can you stick to it? And 4, the universal hedge of eating as many different foods as you possibly can.
Well, that's a new one. Why would you recommend eating as many different foods as you can?
Well, for one, you get to try new stuff. 2, I consider it probably, I use it as my blanket hedge on just health and nutrition in general, where a vast majority of people talking about diet, they mostly talk in terms of what to eliminate. And I have a light side and a dark side as far as why I like that sort of approach. One comes from my background in chemistry, where some people say the solution to pollution is dilution, where if you got some bad stuff going on, even if it exists, if you have enough other stuff, like it makes it tough to measure or affect anything else you do. And on the other side of the same coin, when you have a huge variety of foods, you also have a larger variety of nutrients, and that can account for changes in the weather and the crop yields. You can get 10 different cabbages from 10 different countries, and they have 10 different nutrition profiles. So really, by getting a huge variety of foods in, you kind of hedge your bets as far as like, okay, although the USDA says this has this much selenium in it, does it really have that much? Probably not, because maybe they had a drought, maybe they have crappy soil conditions, maybe it has more selenium. If you care about selenium, I just like to say selenium. If you have a huge variety of foods, you'll keep it low by default. If you care or feel conscious of getting all of your vitamins and minerals in, well then eating a huge variety of foods gives you a huge variety of vitamins and minerals from different places that also covers issues with supply chain and product quality, etc. That covers my 2 bases, and maybe I will just pull this out of my butt, so you can quote me on it if you want, I'll take the hit. I think I read somewhere that one of the nutrition council organization alphabet soups in another country, I forget the country, recommended a huge variety of foods every day, and that just like, duh, that makes too much sense as a hedge. Just eat as many different foods as you can with, you know, a variety of colors, a variety of, like, you can get gnarly and say like, well look, I have 38 different colors on this package. But like, okay, fine. If you get enough protein and calories and get a huge variety of foods, some of them include packages, again, you hedge your bet. So this means that, yeah, you'll have a little bit of processed stuff. You'll have a little bit bit of dolphin safe tuna that maybe has some dolphin in it. Like, you'll just have it in really small amounts if you have a huge variety of foods. So from a nutrition standpoint, I really like to do that. And it also allows you to like eat seasonally, for instance. So basically, if you eat foods in season, that will also provide you some of that variety too. It just makes a lot of sense to me in general, more than I want to like sit on any nutrition textbook and preach from that.
If you found this helpful, you probably want to know how fast you can get jacked. So watch this video next.